Morning, Dr. Jasmine. My name is y2mate. Next, I will present the negative impact of the foreign employee in the hospitality industry. The first negative thing is culture. Culture has the definition of the group members from different societies share their behaviors, values, beliefs, and artifacts with another. So the different country has their different culture. So it's increased difficulties for the manager to manage foreign employees because they have a different relation and celebration. For example, the Chinese, they need to celebrate the Spring Festival, and the Christian need to celebrate the Christmas. Due to the diversity culture, the foreign employees and the local employees sometimes they have a conflict when there are a lack of the executive force. So manager need to manage let their peace and love for each other and get on well with each other. And the foreign employees don't join the first introduction training about the hotel. So maybe the foreign employees don't have the fully understanding the hotel co-culture. So it's just a little bit difficulties to cooperation with other department, such as the human resource department, food and beverage department. The next is language. Language is a bridge for the communication between people. Language is a need for a kind of communication or the tool for sharing information and ideas among the employees. English is an international language all over the world. Everyone needs to speak in English friendly because that can communicate different country. I think the waiter and waitress can speak English friendly is very important. That can communicate with the customers. If the customers come from the same country with the waiter or waitress, they can speak their mother language, and it can close their distance with the customers. I think it's a good thing for the waiter and waitress. But if the waiter and waitress meets the international customers, so they need to speak English. If they can't speak English, they can't understanding what the customers meaning, what they want, what they need. So when the hotel to hear the foreign workers should consider the foreign employees fluent in English. The human resource department need to training their ability for the English. The last negative thing is foreign employees' lack of the sense responsibility for their work. They usually don't have the idea for long-term work, and they will resign the certain time. They have a lack of the ambition and persistence for their work. Responsibility is a positive thing for everyone. It can push or carry on the employees hardworking, and I think it can consciously and voluntarily transfer to the work. Treat the companies as their own. In addition, the benefits of foreign employees are better than the local employees because the foreign employees have the long vacation. They can come back their own country to accompany with their family or the friends. At that time, the hotel don't have the foreign employees, so the hotel need let the local employees to replace the foreign employees. That's unfair to the local employees because they need to spend a long time for their work.
A very good morning to Dr. Jasmine, and now I'll proceed to the recommendation part. As we all know, the recruit of foreign labor in our hotel industry is unavoidable, and sometimes will also arise some of the problems such as language barrier and culture different barrier as mentioned at the previous part there. So by here I will recommend some of the recommendation to solve the problem. First, I think that we should provide the short intensive on-job training program for the foreign labor, especially for the unskilled foreign laborers. These programs are aimed to help them to adapt to the working environment faster, and they can also develop and help them to develop the skill needed for their job responsibility. For example, the supervisor or their senior worker will guide them for maybe a few months until they can work independently on their own jobs. I believe that by using this way, the foreign worker may easily to adapt to their working company culture, and also will develop sense of belonging to the organization. And for the language barriers, I think we can provide some of a simple English class for them, so they can at least have a simple conversation with the customer, because many of unskilled foreign labor, they even can't speak a good they even can't speak Malay or English when they're first driving in our country. They just us to find a jobs and get salary, something like that. So we need to make sure that at least can communicate with other peoples. And however, the using of foreign labor in our industry is good when it's at the appropriate amount, but when there's overcrowd, they will bring more issue or problem to the company. So but here I also recommend to increasing the levies by government to reducing the number of foreign workers. Okay, something like this. I suggested that to increase the levies on the foreign labor, so this can help to decrease the dependency of local employer on using the foreign labor, because they are consider the foreign labor are very cheap. They more easily to control. They will devote more time on their job, something like this. So I also think that the leverage should also be increased to the outsourcing company who will gain benefit by bringing the foreign labor for the local employers. When the cost of bringing the foreign labor become high, then the local employer will more tends to recruit our local people to work for the jobs and something like this. Next, I recommend that to make up of independent body which empower to invigilate the recruitment process. Okay, the independent body should be giving the power to monitor the recruitment process on the foreign labor, to ensure that the recruitment process is at the proper ways, not any cheating will have that. I also suggested that the independent body should have a power to access the company database to ensure that the foreign labor that recruit is legal and under register. They are legal to work in our country. Once they found any wrongdoing by the company, they can immediately make a report to the enforcement body such as immigration office or police to take the further action. And that's all about the recommendation part, and now I will proceed for the next to my friend.
Last but not least, we can conclude that employing foreign labor will help in operation of a company and provide enough manpower to the company, especially in manufacturing industry. We can see that in many factories, they hire a lot of foreign laborers because they are lack of manpower. Then the foreign labor come to work there can solve the company's problem, and the factory can continue their operation. Besides that, many of them also involved in construction, which is building, and some of them involved themselves in the service industry too, which is as a housekeeper in the hotel or resort, and some of them also involved in security department, become the security guard. And actually this kind of job for local is a little bit hard and difficult job for them. So the foreign labor will take these jobs, and if the company don't have enough worker to work, then they may have to stop their operation. They also cannot provide effective and efficient service to the customer because they are lack of manpower. So in conclusion, we can say that employing foreign labor solve the company's problem, but at the same time, the government should also make sure that the local residents have job. They have job opportunities, then can reduce the number of unemployment and reduce the unemployment rate too. That's all from us. Thank you.